What's going on, everybody, and welcome to day 24 of our Juniper networking series. In today's lab, we will be taking a look at Juniper route preference. First, we're going to explain the concept, and then we're going to hop onto the CLI to take a look at route preference being demonstrated in real time. So the Juniper routing preference is a way for Juniper layer 3 switches or routers to determine which protocol destination network it is going to install inside of its routing table. And we have taken a look throughout this series at these different routing protocols. We've taken a look at directly connected routes. We've taken a look at static routes. We've taken a look at dynamic routing protocols such as OSPF, ISIS, IBGP, eBGP, and now we're going to take a look at the routing preference that Juniper gives these different protocols and how it determines which one is going to install inside of its routing table. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at our network topology and hop into this lab. So if you guys take a look at the network topology down below, you can see that we are advertising the 192.168.2.0/24 network to bin switch YouTube. So the first thing that I want to do is take a look at the routing table on this particular switch. So let me make sure that my PC is on and sending data. It is now. So let's do a show route to take a look at our routing table. And right now, if we take a look at the routing table, we want to take a look at this destination network in particular. And we have two dynamic routing protocols being ran. One is OSPF, and we can see that OSPF is this one highlighted right here. We can see that it is actually the route or protocol that we are using because it has the asterisk right here by OSPF. So this is the active protocol being used. It has a preference of 10. We can see the metric of 2, and its next hop is 192.168.1.1. We also have BGP running. It has a preference of 170. So if for some reason this OSPF protocol goes down, the neighborship goes down, this BGP protocol would take over as the preferred protocol because it has a preference of 170. So since OSPF has a lower preference, we're always choosing the protocol with the lowest preference. As a result, OSPF is used in this case. So let's configure a static route and then take a look at our routing table and see what changes. If you guys want to guess what's going to happen, or if you already know the answer, go ahead and drop that down in the comments right now. Once I configure this static route, will the static route, the OSPF, or BGP route be used? Let's go ahead and hop into the configuration now and then see. So let's do a quick edit. Let's do a set routing options, static route, and we want to configure the route to 192.168.2.0/24, and our next hop is going to be 192.168.1.1. All right, let's go ahead and hit enter there. Let's do a show pipe. Oh my goodness. Show pipe compare. I cannot type today. Alright. And right now all we're doing in our candidate configuration is creating a static route to the PC's network. And we're configuring the next hop to be the router that network is connected off of. So now let's go ahead and do a commit and quit. And let's make sure that our laptop is on and sending data. Alright, so that commit was successful. So let's rerun the show route command. And before, we remember that OSPF was the preferred protocol that was used. But now since we configured this static route, we can see that the asterisk is now beside the static protocol, which has a preference of 5. So 5 is a lower preference than 10. So as a result, Juniper is going to use this static route entry before it's going to use the OSPF route entry. And you got to think about this from a network administrative standpoint. If I, as a network administrator, go into the device and configure a route or a destination network, I will want that to be preferred over any dynamic routing protocol because I'm probably doing this for a specific reason and use case. So that really makes sense. If we configure a static route, we will want that route to be used over any dynamic routing protocol. So if you got the answer right in the earlier part of the video, you probably have a good understanding of route preference. I appreciate you guys tuning into day 24 of our Juniper networking series. I like to keep these videos basic because throughout the series, I see on some of the more tougher lessons, I get less engagement, but I see on the more fundamental concepts, you guys tune in a little bit more, so I'm going to try to produce those as we go into the end of this series. I appreciate you guys though for tuning in today's video. I hope to see you in day 25, but until then, peace out.